Oh, cancel. No. No, I don't need to learn more. Bugger off. Right. I don't know how the hell this is going to work, but I thought, what I would do is I would give you all a little tour around my new home. And yes, I actually own this one. Now, I remember over the time I've been uploading, I was given all this really great advice. You only need a one bedroom flat, build a 600 quid car and everything else. Well, I'm going to give you a tour around my first home that I've actually bought. It's a 3 bedroom, semi-detached house. I own a V6 Jag and a 4x4. There is a Mercedes on the driveway, but you're not going to see outside for obvious reasons. I want to keep anonymity to a degree. Now, if you're typing anything, I'm sorry, I can't actually see anything. Live chat, there we go. I've got live chat up. I don't know if I'm going to see anything. Again, who gives a fuck? But anyway, first of all, I'm going to start with my glorious carpet, and it is fucking glorious. Right, so I'll turn that. Look at that motherfucker. I am going to be replacing this. Thank you, Barry. Cheers. It has come up. I have managed to turn them on. But anyway, fuck it. Here's the kitchen. Now, the kitchen, as you can see, is circa 1960. We're going to have to get this ripped out and started again because I really need to do some dry lining in here because that is manky and it gets a lot worse under there. I'm not too happy with where the mains water comes flying up. That is a bit of a pain in the arse, but whatever, I'll get a plumber in. I am not fucking touching it. And again, above the boiler, they really have hacked the fuck out of that. Look at the state of that. Look at the fucking pipes. So I'm going to get a plumber in to have it, give it a good old once over. Look at that. I haven't had one of these since my family had one when I was 8 years old. It's a fucking upright, and it works. I've been testing it today. It actually works. I've got understairs little pantry. Now Lisa, Bert, obviously as you know her, Bertie, she would never let me buy a Henry. So I had to buy a fucking house to get a Henry. I mean, seriously, think about that. But I've got a Henry so she can stuff it right up her arse. Let's go waddling outside very quickly. Now, these are locked. I'm not going to bother unlocking them, but storage, coal shed, outside bathroom, or toilet, I should say, because I'm really modern and all that shit. That old shed, the guy who used to live here, he was an engineer in the mines. And that shed, because he died without a son, so it was like a nephew who was the executor. That shed contains all his old tools. I'm finding everything you could ever dream of in that shed. It's absolutely fucking brilliant. But yes, it's all double glazed and locked, so there's no way people can get in very easily. And again, this is actually quite a nice area. From what I've been told, the neighbour has lived here for 52 years. She's lived next door. Now, carpet. Has to start with the carpet. I mean, look at the fucking state of that. But yes, here we go. Again, I'm not going to show you out there again. And anonymity, I don't want somebody going, I know where that fucking house is. But anyway, right. So this is the living room. I'll back up right against the wall. Oop, I'm against the wall. There you go. That's definitely from the 60s. Don't try and tell me it isn't. Yes, polystyrene ceiling tiles. And because obviously the room is empty, it's, well, very echoey. Look at that serving hatch, because this house was built in the 40s. And of course, in the 40s, women knew their place in the fucking kitchen. Now, I'm going to get so much hatred for that one. But there we go. Look, there you go. I don't know how good this is coming through for you guys, because obviously I don't have any internet set up in here. I've literally got the keys about 2 hours ago. Going round, there's a lot of things that need doing. Obviously, this is an old house. I don't need anybody going, oh, you're going to need to do that. Yeah. I know. All right, calm the fuck down. I know what I've put. The mortgage on this is £418 a month. So I genuinely don't give a shit, given that my rent was 900 quid a month. So I'm probably the first person you've ever met to save money after he's bought a fucking house. But anyway, I've got a lot to do. So let's go upstairs. And glorious carpet. The carpet is absolutely awesome. Look at that. Look, it goes all the way fucking up. It's brilliant. Right. Up we go. No handrail that side, but there is one that side, so I don't give a shit. Now, again, this isn't my bathroom, but you can see it hasn't been done for a very, very long time. And who the fuck carpets a goddamn bathroom? Look at the state of that. Fucking hell. But there you go. It was a disabled guy who lived here. Obviously, he wasn't disabled when he moved in, but he got old. Now, look at the fucking pinkness. Look at the fucking pinkness. It's pink. Lots of pink. That, as you can see, the shower head came off. I tested it, turned it on full power, and it blew the bleeding shower head off. But Lisa's got another one. But anyway, you don't really care about the bathroom, do you? This is the middle room, and it's got one of those self-closing doors because it's been hung like a cunt. Look at it, look. It's fucking closes. None of the other doors do it. This one hung like a twat. Anyway. Move here. This is one of the bedrooms. Again, I'm trying not to give away exactly the location. Somebody might fucking know it. I don't want people turning up randomly. Let's go around here. This is the main room. This is where the children get made. So go waddling into this corner. But there you go. That's the main room. How long did it take me to save? Well, you've been watching me since 2016, so pretty much because I was planning on going to Canada. Obviously, that went wrong when 2016 happened and I got left in 50 grand's worth of debt. So since 2016, I've been trying to turn my life around and I've managed it. But again, like I said, this house, if you're curious, and that's basically the tour, that's the smallest bedroom, and that, if you're wondering, is obviously the door to the bathroom, because the guy was disabled and somebody's come in and taken it off, so I'm going to have to rehang that, but never mind. Anyway, turn this back round so you can see me. Hello! But no, it's been a bit of a journey. The house, if you're curious, was up for 135,000, which is what we got it for, because somebody else was interested, and they put in 132, I think. Bert, being Bert, she's like, I just want a house. So she said 135, which was our ceiling for what we could do. 20 grand deposit, or just over 20 grand deposit. The mortgage, like I said, is £418 and change a month. And 114,750 quid. Which houses in my area were like that? Trust me, I'm coming from Essex. This is Stoke-on-Trent, actually Newcastle-under-Lyme. All right? I lived in Essex. The bungalow I had was like 300 grand and it was 900 quid a month on rental. So yeah, I understand. I've had to move quite a way. But again, Midlands, I'm a truck driver. I think I'm safe for work. You know, I'm just putting it out there. You know, I couldn't throw a stone out of that window without hitting a haulage firm. Leicester is too expensive. Everywhere's too fucking expensive, let's be honest. I mean, this took some finding. I mean, it's got, as you've seen, it's got some serious modernising to be done to it. And it is going to cost a fucking fortune. But, you know, you go to a house, you see the carpet and you think, fucking glorious. That'll do. That'll fucking do. But no, we're having the carpets redone. I've got to get them in to do the measuring and everything. Brand new carpets all over. We did some rough measurements when we were looking, and we went to one carpet place. I can't remember the name of it. Who gives a shit? And it was 3,800 quid for every carpet, the laminate for the bathroom, obviously fitting, the underlay, the whole skiboodles. Works out to like 79 quid a month or something, I think it is. So who gives a rat's ass? Bert's income stayed the same, mine's pretty much stayed the same, although now I own a house, I will most likely look to go full-time instead of being agency. God knows who I'm going to go full-time with, so my income is going to come down. But this is less than half of the rent I was paying. So, yes. And if anybody's curious about the debt that I used to be in, as you know, my total debt at the moment is £11,500 from 50 grand in 2016 plus 20 grand for the house. And people tell me there's no money in agency. Let that sink in for a minute. Again, I have had to leave Essex, but I'm not really crying about that because I've never really liked Essex. We chose the Stoke area because that's where Bert's family is. And my family, most of my family, are the other side of the Peak District in Sheffield, Barnsley, Huddersfield. So it's kind of the right place, really. And as a first house, 3-bedroom, semi-detached, built in the 40s, so it is solid as fuck. Literally, the interior wall, okay? Hold on, let me turn that around. This is where it's going to mug me off now, you watch this. Interior wall, as you can see, right? Interior wall, fucking... You can hear it all the way through the fucking course. Wall between us and the other bedroom. That is solid as fuck, let's be honest. Turn that back around. Oh, there we go. But yeah, there you go. That's a bit of a guided tour of a home I own. I do not rent this. This is mine. Well, the bank's, obviously. But there, I thought I would take you guys with me. This is why I haven't been uploading. Okay? Buying a house. There's a fuck ton to do. And I haven't uploaded this year on Wearing Bearings. I obviously haven't been uploading on this channel, as you know. But now you can see why. Yes, I'm going to go back downstairs because it's quite wonderful. And I just, I'm going to be sorry to see this carpet go, but it's obviously been in here for quite some time. And it's threadbare. I know the camera doesn't do it too much justice, but it is definitely threadbare. And I've noticed that I'm really... Ooh, the frame rate's disappeared. Like I said, I don't have internet set up here, and I'm not going to have it until the 2nd of February. That's when BT are doing whatever they've got to do. I don't have a fucking clue. But I went online, did all the whistles and bells, and it's like, yes, you will have it on the 2nd of February. Well, fuck you. I've moved in on the 22nd. Well, officially the 25th. That's when the removal company turns up. Bert turns up tomorrow. But yes, there you go. This is my house. I hope you like the little tour. I shall see you in the next one, whenever that will be. Again, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. I will most likely set one of those storage rooms out there. Oh, no, there you go. Out there, right? As like a little studio thing that I can record from, like I did in the garage, because obviously this doesn't have a garage. Cunt. But, you buy a house, you got to start somewhere. This is a fucking good house to start with. It needs work. Name a house for 135 grand that doesn't need work. Yeah, seriously. But there you go. So to everybody who said, oh, you start with 1-bedroom fucking flat. I'm sorry, I've been waiting years to do that. Because it just pissed me and Bert off. It was just, you just need a 600 quid car when I was doing 30,000 miles a year. And it's, you only need a 1-bedroom flat. Yes, if you're a teenager. We're in our 30s wanting to start a family. You know what I mean? And we were working fucking hard to do this. Meanwhile, you only need this, you only need that. Do you know, a 1-bedroom flat in Braintree is 140 grand? Yeah? This is 135, 3-bed semi-detached house. So, more fool you if you want to start in a fucking flat. You've got room to get a grower. Yes, I'm going to have to start growing my family, and I'm not going to admit growing other things. I do have a greenhouse. I need some hydroponics. Yeah. No, that was my college days. Yeah, there you go, Jason. There, I can see you. That was my college days. Those were. Fuck, I made some money at college. Anyway, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. There's no proof. Just because I was a 19-year-old driving around in a brand new Fiesta, no, not on finance. Yeah. But yeah, the fucking, I don't know what's going on with this, but it's shaking like anything, and it's definitely not me. But anyway, I thought I'd show you around the house. I've finished back in the kitchen, as you can tell. I've taken photos of all the meters before anybody leaves a comment saying, "Oh, take," nudge, nudge, wink, wink, yeah, yeah. Before anybody says, "Oh, take a reading of all the meters, for gas, water." I've already taken photos. I've sent them to Bert. Everything's still connected. I've connected the Severn Trent in my... Oh, fucking hell, what's going on here? Hold on a minute. I've got an idea. I've got a fucking idea. Right, hold up. I've got a bloody good idea, people. Right, if I bung that there... Yes! It fucking worked. Right. It's a bit upwards, but fuck it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I've got Severn Trent connected. That was from today. I'll put it in my name. Problem is, I've been so fucking tempted to do this to Bert, it's unreal. If I do the British Gas thing, because I'm going to stay with them, because they're giving me £1 a month, and it covers my boiler, my piping, water, fucking everything. So if anything goes wrong, £1 a month, I'm sticking with them. Okay, might cost me a little bit more each, in a year using the gas and electricity, but for £1 a month cover for the first year, and I don't really know what state this house is in. Not, deep. I haven't got anyone around. I'll watch this later. Okay, see you later, Jason. Thanks for watching the live bit. Obviously, a lot of you are going to be watching this after it's live. I do understand that. Bye. But no, I've lost my train of thought now. I've completely lost my fucking train of thought. But I mean, if I that's what I was saying. What I was going to fuck Bert with. That's one. Right. If I swap the British Gas over, then they'll swap it to this address, but they'll cut it off down in Braintree. So I'll plunge Bert into darkness. I have been thinking about doing that, but seeing as this is still connected to whatever supplier, supplies his house, I don't care for about a week or two, just whilst we move up here. Still got some deep cleaning to do in the bungalow, because I'm not going to leave the bungalow in a shit state. I'm going to send Bert back down there to, clean it. But no, this is my house. This is my life now. And like I said, I am probably going to look to go full time. I've been thinking about going full time for a little while. But seeing as I've got a house, and I got this self-employed, on the tax dodging scum tax returns. If I go full time, I'm gonna show more income. So in 5 years, when I want to upgrade, move up the ladder as you do, it'll be fucking easier. So I am seriously. I've got to find a company around here first. I've been up here about 6 months living with in-laws, but I haven't really looked for full-time work because where the in-laws live, it's the other side of Stoke-on-Trent. It's down in Mere, and if I find a full-time job that I can get to easily from where I'm staying, well, I didn't know where I was going to be living, and of course I'm living, Newcastle and Lyme north of that. So it's a case of, if I'd have got a job saying Stafford, that's a hell of a fucking commute every day. So I've got to have a look round once I get in. I'm still working agency. I'm still working out of a place in Stafford. But I'm going to start. I don't know. I might. I've been seeing a couple of tasty jobs advertised. DHL Nisa and DHL. I can't remember it. I think it's Dunelm. And they're night shunters. Yeah, buy a house and become a shunter. That's what you fucking do. All right, you give up on life, buy a house, and become a shunter. Hello to all the shunters watching me, whenever that may be. But no, they actually pay pretty bloody well. Again, I may, depending on Um, Depending on the fuel I use, because I can up on the M6 go down to Stafford, it's quite easy, even in the Jag. I know it only does, well, if I sit on a motorway on cruise control, I can do about 40 miles a gallon in that thing, and the M6 is not a million miles from where I'm currently standing. I could potentially go full time for the mob that I'm working for, and that's 4 on 4 off. So I don't know. I've got to test it out whilst I'm agency and see what kind of fuel I'm using. And if it's too stupid, then what's the point? There's loads of jobs quite local to me. But I don't know. I haven't got a Scooby. It is what it is. I don't know whether I'll do nights, don't know whether I'll do days. I want to get this place sorted out, and whatever it takes, that's what I'm going to do. Because when you own a home, that's what you have to do. I know the younger people want, well, I want to fucking own a home and £1,000 phone. You can't. All right, sweetheart? The phone I'm using was what? 280, 300 quid. I think it's around the 300 quid mark. And it's an old Oppo Reno 2, and it was old when I bought it. You know, £1,000 phone on finance, they take all of your financial commitments into consideration when you get a mortgage. When you're going through it, it's like, oh, well, you can't have that, you can't have this. Stupid thing is, obviously I already got rid of the i30, as you know. I sold it to Luke's sister. Luke is the guy who was on the Picasso, when I did the Picasso thing. And I sold it to his sister because I didn't need it anymore. I was commuting about 20 minutes and I could use a Jag. Fortunately, that was a good call, it turns out. Because fucking riddle me this, right? Just fucking riddle me this. If I've got a car on finance, right, 300 quid a month, it's about average. I can't get a mortgage because I asked, right? But I can get a mortgage and then get a car on finance. You just sit there and you're like, well, if I can't afford it with a car on finance, there's nothing stopping me getting it now I've got a house. You see what I mean? But this is where self-control comes in. And again, given how much debt I was in, what I've done, getting a house and everything. Because this isn't Help to Buy, this isn't on some whatever, right? This is mine. Fixed rate, 5 years, fuck everyone. You've got to have self-control. I don't really want to use the term sacrifice. I know a lot of people do, but unless you're in the army in a war zone, I don't want to take away from the term sacrifice, you know what I mean? But you've got to be a bit noodly, have something upstairs. Yeah? You've got to, let's say you take home 500 quid a week. Okay, some of you are like, fucking which? Okay, yeah, whatever. But let's say, for argument's sake, taking a nice round figure, that you take home 500 quid a week. You need to keep your outgoings, so anything on finance, rent, everything, you need to keep it around 230 quid a week. Yeah? You have to keep it below that figure, and you'll have no problems, as long as you've got a deposit. And we had a 15% deposit. Now the father-in-law did help with a bit of my debt. I can't claim to have done it all myself. I wish I fucking could. But he helped with a couple of credit cards that were just taking the piss. You know what I mean? It was just that we were in a position to get a house, and with Brexit, with not knowing what this government's going to do with coronavirus, with the end of the helps and all this kind of stuff, it was like, well, it's now or never, and we'll just ride out the storm in our own home. Because again, the landlady, this was a proper kick in the arse. The landlady hasn't renewed the contract for the last 3 years, so we've been on a monthly rolling one where she can just get the fuck out, give us a month's notice and that's it. And that's not a good way to live. Trust me, that is not a good way to live, especially when you've got pets. If you tried to rent a house when you've got pets, no dogs allowed, no cats allowed, no pets, no this, no that, no the other stuff. But you can have a little child who, shits all over the place. Hello, gremlin, I guess I know who you are. I went to school with you, you little cunt. You fat prick. That is Sean, the twat who couldn't play Battlefield. Hello. But yes, So it's no way to live when you're on a rolling contract like that. And it was getting to the point now where we really felt that the only reason we hadn't been booted out is because of the restrictions during lockdown. You know, during coronavirus, they weren't allowing landlords to no fault kick us out. Um, and it really did get to that point of it's now or never. You know, I'm 36. Hey, got a 38-year mortgage. I'm fucking 36. Fucking 38-year mortgage, Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting that. But it keeps the monthly payments down. Makes life easier. And the other thing is, this is what, 2.95%? So I'm thinking about matching the payment, because obviously it's less than half of the rent. I can still afford the 900 quid a month. I'm thinking about matching that payment into an ISA. Yeah, because over 3 years it's like 3%, isn't it? So I'm actually thinking about doing that, and then when it comes to renew, whack that amount of money off as well. But again, like I said, I've got a lot to do. It's all going on tick, so fuck knows. But yeah, there you go. Thanks to you guys who have been watching. I know I've prattled on a bit. I do. It's me. I shall most likely, like I said, I'll see you in the next one. Like I remember doing that about 15 minutes ago. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. And now have a little laugh at me whilst I try and figure out how to fucking cancel this whilst it's still fucking broadcasting. I think I pressed there.